What's up, everybody? You want to go down a rabbit hole? Because if you do, I got a shitballs crazy one for you involving this ancient symbol right here and its eerie connection to what we would call today advanced technology.
Mother of God.
I know, right? Let's get to it. This is the Djed pillar, an ancient Egyptian symbol meaning stability, strength, and endurance, often associated with the god Osiris, more specifically, his spine. But why would the ancient Egyptians do that? Well, that's the intriguing part, because according to the Osiris myth, out of a fit in jealousy and rage, Set, brother of the king Osiris and god of the desert, murders his brother, chops him up, and scatters the pieces across the land of Egypt. Distraught, the goddess Isis, wife and sister of Osiris, finds the pieces, then just like Humpty Dumpty, puts this motherfucker back together again using the Ankh as the breath of life and the Djed to keep him intact and able to function, producing an heir, Horus, blah blah blah, good guy beats bad guy, happy ending. Now, obviously, there's a lot to unpack here, like, did he just say Osiris married his sister? But let's stay focused on this Djed pillar, because based on everything I'm hearing and seeing, son of a bitch may have actually been a Tesla coil. Which, I mean, I get it, sounds completely shitballs crazy. That being said, this is the crazy train, so either jump ship now or buckle the f up, because shit's about to get weird. The Djed pillar dates back to the very foundations of ancient Egyptian history, originally associated with the falcon god Seker, then the creator god Ptah, before finally settling as the spine of Osiris. Which got me thinking, why would the symbol for a god change so rapidly in such a short amount of time, yet the description and name of said symbol never did? And follow up, why is the Djed pillar, a symbol for stability, associated with Osiris, who is the god of the dead? Doesn't make any sense, unless the Osiris myth wasn't a myth.
It's just totally
Crazy?
yeah.
Is it?
It's actually not, because up until the 1830s, the Osiris myth was actually the story of Osiris, because up until the 1830s, the word myth literally meant story. We changed that shit to the word lie because, and you can call it a coincidence if you want, the 1830s is right around the time when British scholars first started to discover all of this fantastic shit. My point, why would the ancient Egyptians lie? Exactly. So taking the literal approach, this is a fucking Tesla coil, or some sort of technology that supplies power to whatever the fuck Osiris is, and the Ankh was the key that turned it on, or the battery that powered it up, which, believe it or not, is a scene exactly mirrored right down the street in ancient Mesopotamia, but instead of the Ankh, they have a pine cone and a handbag, and instead of a pillar, they have the sacred tree that scholars insist is nothing more than a date palm. And honestly, that's just really fucking stupid, because A, how does this look like this, and B, literally found on the same shit-ass wall relief? Oh look, a date palm. Now, we have two of our most ancient and influential civilizations depicting what is essentially the exact same thing. What are the odds there are more? Because there are, and not a single one of them looks like a tree, but rather some sort of technology, which, look, I get it, sounds completely shitballs crazy, but that doesn't mean it couldn't possibly be true, especially when those depictions are accompanied by pretty much the exact same story of gods, deities, and interdimensional beings existing on this planet before an incredible cataclysm wiped them out. And what's really gonna blow your mind is that in both Egypt and Mesopotamia, they chronicled that shit, with the Turkic kings list in Egypt and the Sumerian kings list in Mesopotamia, both listing kings that ruled for thousands of years. And here's the super ironic part. Historians use both as the actual backbone for each civilization's timeline, because each one has been proven to be accurate based on discoveries and texts. However, in both cases, they call the antediluvian era a myth, even though it's on the same goddamn kings list they consider to be the most accurate. How does that even work? It doesn't, and you know it doesn't. The problem is that admitting that leads to a whole shitstorm of questions that really don't have an answer, like, was Osiris a fucking robot? So in the end, it's just easier to call it a myth and everything else a coincidence. But hey, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. What do you think?